has pushed the theory that chilled foods as well as international mail could be a transmission route.
Earlier this week, the Chinese announced no tickets will be sold to the public for events at the Beijing Olympics. Instead, a select number of spectators will be invited after they've shown they are negative for the virus. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
A reminder again of our top stories. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov have met for what Washington's calling critical negotiations in Geneva amid mounting fears that Russia could be about to invade Ukraine. Dozens of people are feared dead after a truck carrying mining explosives crashed in Ghana. Defending champion Naomi Osaka is out of the Australian Open. And the singer Meatloaf has died at the age of 74. That's the latest feature story news. I'm Benji Hire in London.
Said it before, I'll say it again. If my name was Benji, I'd change it. Oh, and is that your middle name? Isn't that your middle name, Benji? No? He's not even talking to me.
Benji stole my meatloaf story.
Oh, we can talk about it again. There we go. Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7, 729. You got Scott live in the KCHW studios. And Phillip, let's see, live from Connecticut, about to cover the Beijing Olympics. And you didn't catch that this morning.
In Connecticut.
They're not sending any reporters to China because of COVID. But so they're going to watch it from a location in Connecticut and do the play-by-play from Connecticut, watching what's happening in China.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, you got to be creative in these times, right?
Yeah. I thought I saw something. I didn't get a chance to read the whole story, but it alluded to like a what looked like a zero tolerance policy for COVID. Sorry, I butchered that a little bit.
For where? What do you? I'm not following you.
Oh, in China.
Oh. So, like, if you have it, they kill you? Zero tolerance? Or?
No. Huh. I got to read more about it, but it was basically like, the headline was like, China holds the line for zero COVID cases, but how long will it last or whatever. So I don't know if they mean like,
I think maybe for people coming in, people coming in for the Olympics, maybe they're saying zero tolerance. You haven't been vaccinated, and that could be. I haven't heard much about that. I know there's a lot of concern about people even going there, and countries are bailing out of it and stuff. So I don't know what kind of Olympics we'll end up with after it's all over with. All right, let's see. Weather, we'll throw that out real quick so you know what your day's looking like. 35 today, more clouds than sun.
Boo.
Possibly no sun. 27 tonight, cloudy skies. Let's see, we only have like a 10% chance of precip today. That's going to go on for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 to the next 7 days. We don't have more than a 10% chance of precip. Temperatures remaining the same. And yes, cloudy and gray. One of my co-hosts this week, I was telling them, if they're getting tired, they're getting the seasonal affective disorder, just get a couple really bright LED flashlights and shine them in your eyes. It'll feel like you're outside. Okay, maybe not. Thank you for the courtesy laugh. Phillip, Saturday, 34 and 25, mostly cloudy. 35 and 24 for Sunday, mostly cloudy. Monday, 37 and 22, partly cloudy. All right, Tuesday, 34 and 25. Wednesday, 36 and 24. And let's see right now, Thursday, 37 and 25. That gives you a whole week of the exact What? What'd you say? I don't know.
Nothing.
Right. And it says that either my internet connection or yours is unstable, and I'm pretty much unstable all the time, so I'm going to say it's me. All right, few news headlines.
Yeah, you're cutting out a little bit.
You are too. Oh, man, internet problems. All right, we're going to just keep on rolling with it, though. Let's see. Check in our local Chihuahua Independent. Some news stories there. Got a really good picture of a snowman. A really good pictures of our new council people being sworn in. John Kabuski, Aaron Alvarado, Tracy Gling, Jolene McGee, Peyton Norvell taking their oaths of office. Local politicians. All right. And then a story. It says a bill takes aim at sheriff's department's use of hounds against cougars. If a bill is proposed to, and it looks like it might pass, a new bill proposed in Washington Senate, take away the rights of sheriff's offices across the state to use hounds to hunt cougars. And most of the sheriff's offices are kind of upset about it, but I'm a cat person, so I'm like, yay, cats. Probably doesn't go over very well with the farmers, though. All right. So you're a cat person, Phillip. If you could have a large cat as a pet, would you do it?
I don't know about as a pet, but I don't know. I'm with you. Go Cats.
Go Cats. I got to pet a lion once and feed him chicken necks.
Whoa.
Yeah. And he was
that like at a zoo?
Yeah. It was back in the day when you could do those kind of things at the one over on Highway 2, the big cat sanctuary over there. I can't. The name's escaping me right now. I feel really bad because I'd love to give them a plug. But back in the day, now you have to be in like a plexiglass booth with a little hole, and they put it on a stick, and you put it through the hole and then through the fence. But back in the day when I did it, you could actually get up close and personal with the cat, and it was amazing to feed him and have him purr. A lion purring, the full mane and everything. Now he was an old guy, so he was pretty friendly. And they told me you put your, I'll do it on the camera and people watch. You put your thumb in your palm, and then you put the chicken neck in your palm, and you close it. And they told me you got to do it that way because a thumbs up to a lion looks like a chicken neck.
Oh.
So you keep your thumb in your palm, and so the first time I gave him one, super scared, kind of leery. I'm feeding a lion a chicken neck, and he comes up to my hand and he starts purring, and all that, just your little kitty purrs. But this is like, I don't know, 400-pound animal purring on you, and all the hot air from his his nose coming on my hand, and it was amazing that he could feel it that much, and he's purring, and he came like a dog would almost when he took the treat from me. He didn't even open his mouth and show his teeth. He used his lips to pull it out of my hand, really gentle, like he was taking it from a baby. I was pretty impressed. So, and he was older, so he'd probably been around a lot of people and been fed a lot. But yeah, experience. And I got to swim with whales once.
I don't have any.
Any what?
Oh, I was going to say, I don't have any lion stories, but I once got to feed a hippopotamus.
Really? Well, that's pretty cool, too.
Yeah. Did this thing for school that was stayed overnight at the zoo, and you got to feed the hippopotamus, and it was like you were just dumping these buckets of apples into their wide open mouth. It was pretty funny.
Now, that could be an angry beast, too, that you wouldn't want to be around if it was upset.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. All right. So, man, you just dated yourself back when the school would let you spend a night at the zoo. Like, that kind of stuff happens anymore. Did you do anything that you shouldn't have?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think we're pretty well supervised.
All right.
So,
well, curious minds want to know.
The hippo thing was probably the most exciting thing. That's really the only thing I can remember about that trip.
All right. I sent a link to Mr. Brandon Hansen via email today, just in case he was on his computer and would see it and would pop in and join us. He's got a story in the paper this week as well, and it's a COVID story. And I know he hates writing them. He's so tired of it. Can you imagine if you were a journalist and you've been going on now with this COVID thing for 2 years, and how write about it? It'd probably get pretty sickening and hard to do. But the reason of the story is because we set a new, let's see if they actually give the dates that it happened. Last Friday, Northeast Tri-County, so we don't even know what happened this week, Health District reported the highest number of cases in a single day, with 128 COVID cases in a single day. And you got to realize those numbers are probably way lower than what's real, especially that kind of stuff's going to get worse with the at-home testing kits and stuff. You'll have people testing positive for COVID, and Tri-County Health or a health district in any state is not going to have a clue of the actual number of COVID cases because people are going to be doing the at-home tests, which is a great way to find out if you got it and you need to, protect your family and that type of stuff. But at the same time, I think it's really going to skew the numbers, and I'm wondering how are they going to track if it's going up or down, or is it going to, since everybody's got a home testing kits, is it going to look like the numbers have went down, but they really haven't? So kind of.
I don't know. I know after this holiday weekend, there was a day, Wednesday or Thursday, that Stevens County was at like 181 or 188 for that day. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that time they said it was last Friday, so we've had several days to beat that record, a whole week. Also in this week's paper, the mayor talking about his first weeks on the job and addressing a city survey. You can check that out. There's news about the Chihuahua Center for the Arts. Also, we should give them a tease. Now, tonight, Park Avenue Players presenting Over the River and Through the Woods at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts, 7 p.m. There's also an ad on that page because tonight was a dinner theater. Don't know if they have tickets for that left. If you waited this long, you could be in trouble. And it was their only dinner theater, but plenty of more showings for the next 2 weekends. You've got them on Saturday at 7 p.m. and then a matinee at 2 on Sunday. Tickets available at Valley Drug and Acres. Also happening today, adult pickleball. This is for me and you. I thought about this for us, and we could catch it because it only goes on from 9 this morning to 11:30 at the old middle school here in Chihuahua. Adult pickleball.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Pickleball's fun.
All right, Ferry County having a rail trail ski day from 10 to 2 at the Curlew Trailhead. If you want to get on that and some cross-country skiing. And on Sunday, the Amped Guard, if you like, do you like to thump on people with swords, with foam swords? Say yes, Phillip.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't? They will be in the park at 12 noon. Always fun to watch. I remember one year they did like a tournament on center stage, and it was pretty impressive. And it was like getting toward the end of it, they call out the competitors, and they kind of rate them as how they fight. But they called him out Thor, and he really looked like Thor, and he had a foam hammer. So jealous.
When I first moved here, I remember driving by and not knowing what was going on, was very confused. But then I got on board.
All right. That's like those medieval celebrations, or I don't know what you call them, get-together events. They used to have one outside of
Medieval times.
Yes. I went to one, and one of the big groups called the Society for Creative Anachronism. And they do those medieval shows. And actually, I went to one with some friends that were into it. Lots of fun. And he didn't fight. Now, they get a little more serious when you get into the Society of Creative Anachronism. Like, they'll actually do jousting. And when they do, like, the sword fighting and stuff like Amp Guard, they actually use oak swords. So when...
Ouch.
And you're in full... what do you call it? The full metal... Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
They're actually in the suits and everything, full armor. And we get to the place, and he says, will you come back to the trunk and help me carry some stuff? And we pop the trunk, and there's a full suit of armor in his trunk. And I'm like looking at him because he's my size. And I'm thinking,
That's so cool.
I'm like, you're going to be so big. I said, you like fight in the arena? And he goes, no, my wife. And he said, the thing is about it, he said, she's leading and she was a good-sized gal. He said, she's like an Amazon princess. And he says, she's leading the pack, and she can't be, the winner of the tournaments at the end of the season gets to be king next year. And he said, since she's a woman, obviously she can't be king. They don't do a queen. He goes, so she is going to make me king.
Whoa.
So,
nice.
Yeah, how fun is that?
Like a chainmail and everything?
Oh, yeah, the whole deal. And I couldn't imagine even trying to hold yourself up wearing all that metal, much less swing this 4-foot oak sword that's bigger than a baseball bat. So there's some weight to that. And if you get like hit in the arm, you can't use that arm anymore. If you get hit in the leg, you got to try to stand there on one leg in full metal armor, which makes you just kind of tip over. But it was really a cool experience. I enjoyed it a bunch. I've never done it again, but I enjoyed it a bunch. All right, there's some of Scott's and Phillip's goofy stories this morning. News headlines. I didn't even look at Yahoo. Have you hopped online and checked out any big news stories for today, Phillip?
I was doing a little bit before I got connected here. Obviously, Benji ruined it for me, but Meatloaf passing away, that's sad news.
Oh. He only had 3 hit. He sold a lot of albums, but he actually only had 3 hit songs. And it's funny, is the 3 songs you could play them over the top of each other, and they sound exactly the same. not to dish on him after he's dead, but his music was his hit records, at least the ones that went on the radio. He had that formula and stuck to it, and he didn't have that many hits, but he did. And
I
the
can
movies.
only think of that one song.
Bat Out of Hell?
No, and now that I'm saying it, I could be wrong, but the one about I don't know. The word's funny because it's something about loving you. I can't remember.
Oh yeah,
look up the lyrics.
Yeah, it was really really a long song. I remember that. Yeah.
But it's funny for being such a huge personality, and obviously he's been in a bunch of movies and TV and stuff like that. I off the top of my head couldn't tell you 3 songs.
I see. I actually enjoyed him in movies much more than I did the music. But yeah. All right. So there you go. A lot of classic rockers out there going to be very, very sad. I know he had a huge fan base. 74 as he passed away, and they're not releasing the cause of death on that. On to avoid 1-2 destinations, and also anything that involves a cruise ship. So I thought it was really funny. It was last week. The government comes out again and says, "Don't take a cruise. Do not go on a cruise ship. This is a really bad idea." Like a self-contained floating COVID boat. And later that evening, I'm watching something online on one of those channels that will feed you commercials. I don't know, Tubi or something like that. And a commercial comes on to take a cruise. To take a trip. You know how much you can get a cruise, get a 7-day cruise now in the Caribbean?
$49.
Yeah, almost $399, 7-day cruise, all inclusive. I was like, oh, they're hurting. But $399, I'm gonna get another booster and go.
I've always wanted to go on a cruise.
How about a plastic body bag with just holes, like they use for dead people, and just to have holes in the bottom for my legs, my feet to stick out of the bottom of the bag, and then you could just unzip it when you needed to, I don't know, do something, and then zip it back up, a couple eye holes, would that work?
You think it would be as fun?
I don't know. I bet I'd be able to say I went on a cruise for $399.
To the Caribbean.
Yay! All right, 22 new countries include the Caribbean islands like the Bahamas, British Virgin Islands, which I hear are way cooler than the American Virgin Islands. Let's see, Turks, Caicos, Australia, Israel, all level 4 designations, which means it's bad to go there. It's funny, if they were going to base where you should be on how much COVID there is, we shouldn't be in America or Stevens County. Oh, man. Where are you going to go? I stuck my head out the day yesterday. It was I think the first time I left my place in 3 days. That I actually went somewhere in town. It's kind of scary.
Did you get the mail?
Yeah. How'd you know?
I don't know. It was just a guess, and you live so close to the post office.
Yeah.
Seems like a logical walk.
Yeah, you just when you're that close, you can't justify hopping in your car, even when it's icy. So I went and got those cleats you can put on the bottom of your shoes. And then anywhere I go, I scratch people's floors, which is kind of cool.
Yak tracks.
I feel like I'm almost like you're ice skating when you're wearing them, like you're going to do something really, really cool.
I have some too.
All right, let's move on to bits and breaks. I didn't see any other big news headlines. I'm going to start off with the tweet of the week. Remember back in season 1 of COVID, we have seasons now of COVID, when we thought maybe we'd be in this for just 5 seasons like Breaking Bad, and now it's like, surprise y'all, it's Grey's Anatomy. 10 seasons.
Damn.
Oh, man. Another cute one, football. Imagine another world looking down at 60,000 people who paid $9 million to sit in a stadium that cost $400 million to watch 22 men being paid $10 million each a year to dispute the possession of a ball that costs $20.
Never thought about it like that.
All right, and if you're with me this morning, Phillip, I want you to do things all guys should stop doing. And I will raise my hand and admit if I do any of these. Okay?
Okay. All right. Things all guys should stop doing. Buying sunglasses at sporting goods stores and drugstores.
Now, why do you think that? Do you think it's because they're lame?
Oh yeah, the ones that have all the angular cuts to them, and they normally come with the waterproof strap that comes on them,
Okay.
volleyball sunglasses.
Okay.
Those are the ones you buy at sporting goods stores.
Because it makes it look like you have a head injury?
I don't know. Maybe somebody told you to shine LED flashlights in your eyes.
Oh, yeah. That's a horrible idea.
What a jerk. All right. More things guys should stop doing. Gym selfies. Yes. Selfies at the gym.
Ooh. I don't know, though. If you're really ripped, is that okay?
I don't know. I'm not really ripped.
That brings a whole nother visual to the game. Okay.
All right. Followed closely by mirror selfies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think I have one.
Where you try to not show the camera. You're doing this.
Yeah. It looks like you have a really long arm.
I've never done that.
Okay. I don't know. You look like you're pretty good at it.
Selfie stick. Leaving the house in anything a college kid would wear.
That'll make you look dated.
What do college kids wear?
I don't know. Hoodies?
Oh, man.
All right. Lose the hoodie, Phillip. Yep. Yeah. No, take that hood down. Put that down right now. You look like a criminal. I saw you in the alley.
Spending loads of money on shiny wheels.
I'm going to raise my hand for that one, too.
I haven't done that one.
You haven't done that? Oh, come on. You got cool wheels on your little Volkswagen.
Yeah, they came with the car.
Okay. So you didn't have to spend and that's what I try to do too, because I like nice wheels. But I've never actually went out and spent a whole bunch of money on a pair of nice wheels. I tried to buy them already on the used car. Makes more sense to me.
They're expensive.
They are. What else you got?
Yes. Sending intimate photos unsolicited.
We know what those are called.
Harassment.
Yeah. I actually put one on one of my social media accounts, and it says this is the only one I'll ever send anybody, and it's actually you know the type of picture I'm talking about, right? And I said it's the only one I'll ever send, and it was actually just a picture of Trump. Oh, sorry.
That is inappropriate.
Sorry.
Lying.
Oh.
Things men should never do or stop doing.
So,
all
lying?
guys should stop doing.
Wow, who lies?
Not just guys, though. All people.
All people? All right. What else?
Wearing cargo shorts.
Ooh, I don't think that's a bad thing. All right.
I think I had some cargo shorts in like the 8th grade.
Okay.
Wearing team jerseys when you're not playing a sport. Ooh, guilty.
Guilty. You gonna raise your hand for that one? I really do think like if you're wearing one of the basketball team's tank tops, it makes you kind of look like a dork. And you see it a lot, but
I've got a Sue Bird jersey that I love that I wear a lot.
All right, sorry, dork.
It's okay.
Gonna wear it anyways.
Just trying to rep WNBA. It's no big deal.
I do a lot of things that are dorky.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Wearing awful shoes.
You just slammed me. Okay. You don't say.
All right. I didn't say anything about you wearing awful shoes.
No, I said I'm a dork, and you said you don't say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
That was like takes one to know one.
Oh, okay. That makes it better. All right.
Okay. Thinking strong women are crazy.
Oh, love strong women. Any woman that can change my tires. I'm all for that. All right.
What if it's just personality, strong personalities?
I like that too. Me and Mike were talking about that earlier this week, and I said I've had several over the years female bosses, and I would rate my female bosses way higher than I would rate male bosses that I've had. Just saying, ladies.
Yeah, I could get along with that.
All right, let's see. Oh, I got a couple goodies on this side. Then I'm going to come back to you, Phillip. Funny phrases used by parents. Found these online. Three-nager. That's a 3-year-old throwing a teenage-style fit. Three-nager. This one's really good. Punami. That's a baby's explosive diaper. Punami. Mombi.
I didn't need a descriptive word.
Sorry. Mombi, that's a mom who looks like a zombie due to a lack of sleep. iParenting, using an iPad or a tablet to keep your child entertained. What are you doing today? I'm enjoying a coffee and I'm taking care of my iParenting. The handover, that's passing a baby to your significant as soon as they walk in the door. Here, take this. Oh, babies can be stressful. I get that. Musical beds. When kids change beds all night long, musical beds. And then the last one is deja vu, when the baby fills a diaper for the 20th time that day. Deja vu. All right. I also have something that's always far more exciting, and I think people enjoy it way more than anything else. Well, maybe not. It's, I can't find my sound effect. It's what Scott thinks about in the shower. I'm sorry. I do have some good ones today. Some deep thoughts from the shower. First, the happy birthday song is actually a satanic ritual. Small gathering of people chanting repetitively in a song in unison near an object on fire until a knife is stabbed into it. Yep, happy birthday is a satanic ritual.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, when you describe it like that, it sure does. A Disney World is just a people trap set by a mouse.
Yeah.
Paperclip, staple without the commitment.
True.
All right, think about this the next time you walk into a dark room. Light switches are also dark switches. Dun, dun, dun. And if we buried our dead... It's the delay. It sounds like Phillip's getting the joke 10 seconds later, but we just have a big delay today. All right. If we buried our dead vertically instead of horizontally, we'd save a ton of space.
I always thought that.
Huh.
I mean, you're already going 6 feet. Like, you could just stack it. I don't know.
Oh. Well, if they stand us
Thoughts
to
for a
rest.
different day.
Yeah, stand us to rest instead of laying us to rest. We'll be ready to go. All right. They need to add bloopers to the end of horror movies to relax viewers before they go home. I like
No.
that. No. Tallest person in the
Have
world.
you ever watched a scary movie?
A ton of them.
But I mean, have you ever watched a scary movie and then like watch like we're scared and watch something else so you wouldn't be scared, like a comedy?
You know, I've only done that if the movie was, I guess, one of those movies that leaves you like a pit in your stomach. And you're just kind of like, oh, can't believe I watched that, or that was just too much to take. That, you know, you could say, oh, that's a bad movie, but you have to, it has to be a really well done movie. Like the first Final Destination. There had never been a movie like that, and I remember I saw it at the theater, and people were like screaming and jumping out of their seats and stuff at different scenes. But when the movie got over, and it was a packed theater because it was the first weekend, and everybody stood up to leave, you could have heard a pen drop. Nobody was talking. Nobody was laughing. You were literally sick to your stomach, and it was one of those movies that stuck, and which is rare, I find. One of those movies that sticks with you for a couple days afterwards. You're still thinking about it. Where usually I go to a movie, unless it's really impressive, it's kind of gone from my field of thought, you know. But
Yeah, absolutely.
But that one really stuck with me and left a pit in my stomach. And if I watch something like that, to answer your question, then yeah, I'm going to turn on some Family Guy and laugh a little bit before I call it a day. All right, my last thing I thought about in the shower today, this is a good one, too. It's also kind of dark. I'm sorry, these were kind of dark. Vampires would be way more popular if they sucked fat.
Oh.
That's disgusting.
Somehow it's more gross.
That's as bad as yesterday talking about Amy Schumer getting liposuction.
I missed that.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't miss it. However you want to put it.
Exactly. All right, Phillip. I think. What do you got up next?
I lost my window. Sorry. Job applicants say the funniest things.
Okay.
All right. A human resource company asks hiring managers to share some of the funniest hiring experiences. The candidate, who was fired from several jobs but included each one of them as a job reference.
Bad idea.
An applicant included her dog as a reference.
Oh, a very happy dog, though.
Yeah. The candidate who had things a bit backwards when he promised the more he was paid, the harder he would work. Seems fine. The applicant whose email address on the resume had "shaking my booty" in it.
Shaking my booty at Gmail.
Yeah. Let's see. The candidate who listed versatile toes as a selling point.
Can you think of any job you could have where your toes would be important?
No, but I don't know what maybe if they're versatile, they do something great. The applicant who insisted his time was valuable, so the company should pay him for his time spent interviewing with them.
Ooh, I kind of like that.
I have felt like that a number of occasions. The applicant who said he was arrested for assaulting his previous boss.
Well, he had it coming.
The candidate who only used his first name.
Bob.
Prince, applying for jobs again.
Uh-huh.
The resilient job applicant who brags she survived a bite from a deadly aquatic animal.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
I don't see a
brag
problem
about
with
that too.
Yeah.
A job candidate who wrote he would be a good asset to the company, but failed to include the ET in the word asset.
I'm so glad you read it like that. Okay. I got a couple here. And then we're going to play some trivia.
Yes.
I don't know why everything I have today is pretty much dark. But this one is a review for the Coffin Bed. You can find this online on Amazon, $1,300 for the Coffin Bed. Best part of the product is, of course, the product page on Amazon. I love reading reviews and how crazy some people can get. Here's one that says, I've been a vampire for 30 years and have had trouble finding something comfortable and practical to sleep in. As soon as I saw this, I ordered it, and it has completely changed my life. It is amazing, and it's also very good for luring children with an interest for vampires over to make a good snack. I'd also definitely recommend this Coffin Bed for everyone, alive or dead.
Wow.
This person says, I was excited to receive my Nicodemus Coffin Bed and try it out, but I have to say that I was extremely unhappy with it. If I had more time, I would explain further, but I think my phone battery is nearly dead, and really what I need is someone to help a girl out. Really out. The sound of the dirt falling has stopped, and it's really, really stuffy in this thing. Buried alive. Another one says, my kids used to wake me up when I'd lay down for a nap, but when I lock them in their new coffin bed, they don't disturb me at all. That's not nice. Finally, my family are busy people, and I don't want them inconvenienced by my death. When I peacefully pass away in my sleep, all they have to do now is close the lid, carry me to a pre-dug hole. He already has it in his backyard. He says, voila, I'll be in the ground before rigor mortis even sets in. Then they have the rest of the day to go to the movies or rifle through my stuff.
They're doing that anyway.
Rifle through my stuff. All right, kissing is fun and good for you. This is Phillip's attempt at getting a date.
Okay. It keeps you healthy. A stress-soothing kiss reduces your body level of cortisol, a chemical that strains your immune system.
All right. Keeps you healthy. Huh?
Yeah. It bolsters your bond. A romantic lip lock triggers the release of oxytocin, the hormone associated with intimate connections.
Right. So I'm guessing kissing the cat does not count.
No, probably not.
Okay.
Fights cavities. The saliva rush from a mouth-watering makeout session battles plaque buildup on your teeth.
Oh my gosh, that's a good excuse. You want to fight cavities with me?
Maybe.
I wasn't asking you.
Whoa.
That's awkward. All right.
Up thrills, a high-octane tongue tingle fuels a dopamine, endorphin, and adrenaline buzz that gives your bod a randy rush. Man, that was a tongue twister.
Wow. Say that 5 times fast.
That's right. And then lastly, it's like meditating. Slowly smooching quells anxiety and leads to the Zen experience of being 100% in the moment.
Woo! Woo! All right. All right, you've got that down, Phillip. So all I'm going to say is good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're going to need it. All right.
I
I do too. All right, I'm just waiting for this thing to play. Our trivia music, it started this thing now where I press the button and it takes like, I don't know, how long has it been? 30 seconds now? And then it'll, finally start playing. I tested it this morning. It played right away.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
All right, either the computer or me is thinking impaired.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right, testing how wide awake Phillip is this morning. There are 49 of these, Phillip, for every 100,000 adults in the world. 49 of these for every 100,000 adults in the world. It has to do with finances.
Banks.
You're warm. Something that a bank would have.
Checks. No. ATM.
That's it. 49
Yes.
for every 49 of these, every 100,000 for every 100,000 people. That almost doesn't seem like enough. What if we were all in line at the same time?
I don't know. Whenever you need one, it doesn't seem like there's one handy.
All right. During President Benjamin Harrison's term in office, 1889 to 1893, this occurred 6 times, more times than occurred during any presidency before or since. Do you know what it was?
I no clue.
Think of the time frame, like 1889 to 1893. What would have been happening in the United States?
Oh, no, I think I do know. More states.
More states. 6 states were brought in: North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, and Washington in 1889, Idaho and Wyoming in 1890. So I guess that was the era where they adopted all the lame states. Oh, I'm sorry.
You mean post 89?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, Idaho and Wyoming.
All right. Except for Washington. Sorry, not a big fan of Montana. And the only reason I'm not a fan of Montana is because it's so hard to drive across. They should have did a East Montana and West Montana, so it would seem like a shorter trip. No, and I'm lying. South Dakota's beautiful. North Dakota and Wyoming, though, there's really nothing there. And then, well, we all know about Idaho. Right? No, he's not.
Do we? What's in Idaho?
Potatoes. All right.
All right.
California has 3. Florida has 3. Ohio has 2. And Massachusetts has 1. What are they? California's 3. Florida has 3. Ohio has 2. Massachusetts has 1. I'm going to be surprised if you don't get this.
Football teams.
You are exactly right. I knew you'd get it. All right. This will be easy. Which celebrity said this? I think I'm smart unless I'm really, really in love, and then I'm ridiculously stupid. Was it Chris Evans, Charlize Theron, or Taylor Swift?
You know, the obvious answer would be Taylor Swift, but is it Charlize Theron?
I'd stick with Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Okay, it's Taylor Swift. You're right. Yay! Which isn't surprising because she's had a lot of boyfriends. 90% of women who walk into a department store immediately do what? This is so simple, it's stupid. 90% of women who walk into a department store immediately do what? I don't think you'll ever guess it, but try.
Is it like going to a specific spot or?
Kinda. It's an action that they do as soon as they go in.
Check how much money they have?
Nope. 90% of women take a right turn as soon as they enter the store. Isn't that? That's what we call ambiguous? All right. According to a poll, a third of people believe their best ideas come while where?
In the shower?
Just me, buddy. Just me.
While driving?
No.
Am I close?
You're not close at all, no.
Their best ideas come when... I don't know.
In bed.
Oh.
Most people believe their best ideas come in bed. Then the next one was just at 10%, and that was at work.
Man.
Yeah, only 10% of us have good ideas at work, or think we have good ideas at work.
Or think at work.
All right, this one's called the high-low game, buddy. You ready?
Yep.
86% of all U.S. potato products originate in Idaho. 86%. You think that's like high or low?
Low.
You think that's too low, that more than 86% come from Idaho of potatoes?
Sure.
No, you're wrong. It's lower. It's 60%. But that's still a huge amount if you think about, I don't know if that's worldwide or United States, but just to think that 60% of all potatoes are coming out of Idaho, that's pretty huge.
That is.
That's a lot. They're really providing potatoes for everybody. And I can't remember the stat, but the incredible amount of that percentage goes into actually making potato chips.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
All right.
We eat a lot of chips.
We do. All right. Let's see. I have this for Idaho, since we've talked about them like 3 times now.
Would you mind saying that again?
Idaho?
That's frightfully interesting. We pronounce it Ohio.
There's 6,000 verses in the Bible. Is that high or low?
Low.
You're exactly right. There are 30,000 verses in the Bible. Wow. I wonder if there's anybody out there that has memorized all of them.
Oh, you know there is.
UPS has a jet aircraft fleet of 59 planes. Is that high or low?
Wait, who again?
The UPS, a jet aircraft fleet of 59 planes. Is that high or low?
High.
How many planes do you think they'd have?
I don't know. You said jet airplanes, so I imagine they have some that aren't jet too. So I don't know.
Actually, that number is really, really, really low. They have 249 jet aircraft.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Where's my package?
Yeah, you guys have all those planes, and you still can't get it here on time? Estimated to be 4.5 billion years old, it travels through space at 660,000 miles per hour. What is it?
A comet?
No, it's planet Earth.
Huh.
Wow, we're cruising. 660 miles per hour? Wow.
Crazy.
Right. And we're only 4.5 billion years old? Wow, I feel younger than that. All right. There are 61 towns in the United States with this word in their name. Let's see. This doesn't even make sense. Okay, here we go. You're never going to get that one, so I am just going to skip it. It was 61 towns in the United States with this word in their names. It has to do with a recent holiday. So, what do you eat at Christmas and Thanksgiving?
Turkey?
Turkeytown, Alabama, and Turkeyfoot, Florida. Just a couple.
Wow.
Yeah, sounds fun.
There's that many turkey names.
Average person blinks 22 times per minute, but the average person doing this blinks just 7 times per minute. What are you doing that's cutting down your blinking?
Driving.
No, you're doing it right now.
On your computer?
Yeah, staring at your computer. That's why your eyes get so dry when you're on the computer too long, I guess. That's kind of weird that it drops from 22 times to 7. Wow.
I wonder if it's like the light or...
That's kind of scary. But it does explain why your eyes are always red and dry if you spend too much time on the computer.
I'm counting my blinks now.
Yeah, make sure, just like chewing your food enough times, you're blinking enough.
That's right.
Count your blinks. 84% of us say we talk about this at least once a day.
Winning the lotto.
No, usually the first thing I do on the radio.
The weather.
There you go. At least once a day, you're going to talk about the weather. Man, you're boring.
I pay attention.
You need some help. All right, we're going to come back. We're going to have odd news today. We got a great Friday section of odd news. Also, local birthdays, a little bit of today in history, and some just regular old news. Even some cool entertainment news, some cool new movies coming out. We'll be telling you about that. Just stick around while we do some news and thank our sponsors.
Come on, bark like a dog for me. Bark like a dog.
And if you're at all interested in self-preservation, you take off your shoes before you set foot on the Berber.
Why would we step in baby food?
He's talking about the carpet. Berber.
What are you, the rug doctor?
Maybe I am.
Cast January the 21st, 2022. I'm Mike Clifford. More than 200 business owners are calling on others to support federal reforms to strengthen election laws.
Senate Democrats were unable to change the filibuster rules on Wednesday night in order to pass legislation to expand voting access across the country. Barry Sick owns Naturepedic, an organic mattress company in Northeast Ohio, and is a member of the American Sustainable Business Network. He says businesses understand a functioning economy relies on a functioning democracy, And that, he says, requires citizen involvement.
If I may be a little bit harsh, we can't just trust government to do the right thing. We need citizen participation. We want a society where everybody's treated equal, everybody has a chance to succeed. Voting rights is one part of that.
The bill defeated in the Senate would have established minimum federal voting standards. It was a response to dozens of bills passed in GOP-controlled states that Democrats argue were designed to make it harder to vote. Mary Sherman reporting.
Meantime, a new wave of Arizona voters in the 2020 election changed the normally conservative state to one where progressive candidates and ideas have a fighting chance. Some are feeling deserted by Senator Kristen Sinema's vote Wednesday night against changing the Senate filibuster.
The move essentially blocked Democrats' efforts to pass new voting rights legislation. Dozens of supporters, including the powerful Emily's List Political Action Committee, say they're reevaluating or outright pulling their support. Roy Tatum, political director of the group Our Voice, Our Vote, says Sinema has left many of her supporters scratching their heads.
We feel that she's abandoned those of us who supported her. I've had a number of conversations with her directly around some of the specific issues that we were dealing with, and I had no idea that she would just be so distant.
Sinema says while she supports the Freedom to Vote Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, she refuses to modify the filibuster in order to pass them with a simple majority. Sinema's election to the Senate, along with fellow Democrat Mark Kelly, was hailed as proof that conservatives had lost their tight grip on Arizona politics. I'm Mark Richardson.
And from the Hill, the U.S. Supreme Court Thursday rebuffed abortion providers' latest legal maneuver in their challenge to the Texas 6-week ban, which has sharply reduced abortion access in the state since taking effect nearly 5 months ago. The order issued without comment was unsigned but appeared to divide the court along ideological lines, with the court's 3 liberal justices writing in dissent. The Hill notes an issue is a procedural fight over which tier of the lower federal courts the case should return to after a divided Supreme Court ruled last month that abortion providers could contest the ban in federal court and list Texas state licensing officials as defendants. This is PNS. And if the state of Iowa wants to create a healthier outcome for its residents, advocates say there are steps policymakers can take right now to make it happen.
As the legislative session takes shape, there are calls to extend postpartum health coverage for new mothers under Medicaid, which in Iowa ends after 60 days. But the federal government is now giving states the option to extend the coverage to 12 months. The American Heart Association Stacey Freeland says that would make a big preventative health difference.
You think about heart disease and stroke and how many mothers are impacted, mothers and babies.
Supporters say this type of expansion would help reduce racial disparities in maternal health. At the same time, groups like the Heart Association worry about proposals to add requirements for people receiving public assistance. Bill sponsors say they're needed to improve management of the programs and avoid federal fines, but critics say they'll hurt access. Health priorities are the topic in a virtual day of action on January 26th. I'm Mike Moen.
Right now, only 6% of Iowa kids under age 3 who qualify have access to Head Start. Healthcare workers at an Oregon hospital have achieved what they say is a win after several strikes in recent months. More on that from Eric Tegedoff.
Nearly 300 workers and members of Service Employees International Union Local 49 at McKenzie-Willamette Medical Center in Springfield are celebrating increases in their pay, their health subsidies, and education fund. SEIU Local 49 members went on strike in October and December, including Aaron Gordon, a certified nursing assistant at the hospital.
It took a lot for us to go out twice, but it gave management the push to understand where we're coming from and to see we're out here to support our community, and our community came out to support us, and that helped get the message through to them.
The workers represent a wide array of professions, including emergency room technicians, physical therapists, and social workers.
Finally, we learned from our Lily Bolke, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers plans to use federal funds for a project to keep invasive carp out of the Great Lakes.
It's proposing nearly $226 million from the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act for the Brandon Road Lock and Dam project in Joliet. Don Jodry with the Alliance for the Great Lakes says the carp crowd out native aquatic species and have been moving up the Mississippi River and into the Illinois River, He says the project would modify the existing dam and locks to make it easier to prevent invasive species from passing through.
The Great Lakes have suffered over the years from invasive aquatic species like zebra and quagga mussels and things like this. And so the concern is if the carp move into the Great Lakes system, that they're going to be detrimental to the fishing and recreational industries that are up there.
This is Mike Clifford, and thank you for wrapping up your week with Public News Service. Member and listener supported. We're heard on interesting radio stations. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock tires, provide collision repairs, including glass, and they have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. And we're back. It's KCHW 102.7, looking at 8:24 right now at KCHW Chewelah. Thank you for tuning in, both online and on your radio this morning. With me, my buddy, from live from the big city of Addy, Washington, Mr. Phillip Dutton. Yay! Wow, my breath. Okay. Let's kick it off with some local birthdays. We got a bunch going into this weekend. It's been kind of light lately, but we are fully loaded for birthdays. Going to start off with your Friday. Rob Chalmers having his birthday today. Happy birthday, Rob. And then we'll back that up with an anniversary for our new city administrator and his wife. So Jim and Darcy Caruso having an anniversary. Congratulations to them. Also, let's see, we've got Biana Hicks Finch having a birthday tomorrow, and Vereen Smith for Saturday. And then for Sunday, we have Nessa Young, Aspen Katzer, Rebecca Dresus. I like that name. Brandon Hacker. And then on Monday, it's Sarah Walters, Talela George, Michaela Dollar, and Dennis Poor. All right. Very cool. It says continued at top, but I don't see that. Oh, okay. Oh. Two more. Dale Herda and Steele Smith. All right.
Today's my mom's birthday.
All right. Happy birthday, Mom. Right.
Yeah.
Susan. All right. It's a happy birthday, Susan. And a big round of applause for everybody having a birthday. You know them, you love them, you see them around town, see them on Facebook. Tell them we were talking about them on the radio, including your mom.
It's your mom's birthday.
All right. Do you see any cool, and they have to be cool, celebrity birthdays?
That's
kind of tough.
Former NBA star Hakeem Olajuwon is 59.
Okay.
Spice Girl, Baby Spice, 46.
What about Gina Davis? I love Gina Davis. Right.
Oh, yeah.
She's 66. Yeah.
Yes, she is. And Luke Grimes from Yellowstone is 38.
Okay.
That was for Friday. Saturday, let's see who we have. Steve Perry, 73. Linda Blair is 63. DJ Jazzy Jeff is 57. Gonna keep on going. Sunday.
MacGyver. The original MacGyver. Don't skip that one.
Oh, yeah. Richard Dean Anderson, 72.
You know what he gets usually for his birthday? A whole bunch of paper clips. Because that guy can do anything with a paper clip.
It's got to get old.
Yeah, sorry.
Tiffany Thiessen from 90210.
All right.
48. Guess she took the amber out.
I guess so. All right, so nothing really cool. Let's try history. It happened today. I'll start off in 1915. First Kiwanis Club was founded in Detroit. There you go. We got an awesome Kiwanis Club here in Chewelah. 1977, a big jump there. President Jimmy Carter pardoned almost all Vietnam War draft evaders. Let's see. You're gonna skip that one because it's just not fun. I'll just say one word and you'll know what I'm talking about. Bobbit. 2005, Northumbria Police Force in England became the first in that country to issue boots to police dogs to protect their feet. Oh,
cool.
How cute is that? A cop said it's great for taking the dogs to investigate places with broken glass on the floor. I bet. I never even thought about that before. 2009, Colorado woman escaped serious injury and refused medical treatment after a cow knocked her off her bicycle and walked on her legs. Oh.
Dang.
Wow. The cow had left the area by the time the Rangers arrived. 2007. That's an interesting story. I want to know more. 2017, more than 2 million people protested worldwide in the Women's March against Donald Trump. With 500,000 marching in Washington, D.C. alone. That's more than he's had at any of his, like, I don't know what you call them, rallies.
Oh, I thought they were called super spreader events.
Oh, yeah, super spreader events. 2020 U.S. Census began its decennial count in Tooksbook Bay, Alaska. The count always starts early in Alaska, where large portions of the state aren't connected by roads and can have spotty mail service. Local census takers get a head start, while the frozen ground allows easier access to remote areas. Tooksbook Bay is home to around 660 people as of the last census. All right, moving on through your weekend. More history. I think this would be for Saturday. Yes. 84 is where it starts. Apple Macintosh, first consumer computer to popularize the computer mouse and the graphical user interface. Introduced during Super Bowl 18 with its famous 1984 television commercial. All right. 92, space shuttle mission. Dr. Roberta Bondar became the first Canadian in space. Wow.
Cool.
1994, Schindler's List. Steven Spielberg's drama about the Holocaust won Golden Globes for Best Dramatic Picture and Best Actor. Let's see. 2005, Donald Trump married his third wife. This is funny. He's already in history. We don't want to know these things. Stop. Heath Ledger passed away 2008. 2010, bad controversy over the Tonight Show time slot. That's hard to say. Conan O'Brien's last Tonight Show episode aired. Oh. They kind of just like pushed him out the door, didn't they?
Yeah, after giving him the show.
Yeah. Here's the door. Don't let it hit you on the way out. All right, 2020, China locked down the city of Wuhan and its 11 million people in an effort to control COVID-19. Didn't work. Or they possibly waited too long. A little history for Sunday. 1845, Congress decided all national elections will be held on the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November. In 1849, English-born Elizabeth Blackwell became the first woman in America to receive a medical degree from the Medical Institution of Geneva, New York. You know, before that, you know how you became a doctor? You remember?
You just said you were a doctor?
Exactly.
Doctor.
1986 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inducted its first members. Why do we think that's so funny?
I don't know, that's hilarious.
Chuck Berry, James Brown, Ray Charles, Fats Domino, the Everly Brothers, Buddy Holly, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Elvis Presley, all inducted in 1986. Also, a little history for Sunday. New rule, 2007, requiring U.S. airline passengers to show a passport upon the return from Mexico, Canada, or the Caribbean took effect. I just got my passport. I wish I could fly somewhere safely. 2013, U.S. Armed Forces overturned a 1994 ban on women serving in combat. So, ladies, get your guns. 2018, 12 camels disqualified from King Abdullah's Camel Beauty Contest in Saudi Arabia after the owners used Botox on their lips. This one comes up every year at this time, and I really enjoy that story.
Cheating camels.
Oh, man. 2020, voice of a 3,000-year-old Egyptian priest was recreated by scientists by 3D printing his vocal cords. Wow. I hope somebody does that for me in 3,000 years.
Oh, they will.
Okay, awesome. Let's move on to special events. A whole bunch of them this weekend. Phillip Dutton, lead us on our way.
Oh, man, there is a lot. Okay, we've got Hat Day, Sweatpants Day.
Oh, that's bad.
Hugging Day.
That's good.
Followed by Hug Your Puppy Day.
Even better.
Granola Bar Day. New England Clam Chowder Day.
Ooh.
And Squirrel Appreciation Day.
Here we go.
Now somebody, anybody, everybody scream!
There's squirrels in my pants!
That girl's got some serious squirrels in her pants.
I'm so sorry.
This one will be good for you.
Okay.
Answer your cat's questions day.
Probably be something like, why are you so stupid?
Where's my stuff? Local quilt shop day.
That sounds like fun.
Blonde brownie day.
Okay.
Hot sauce day.
Ouch.
And southern food day.
You could kind of mix those two together, couldn't you?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Okay, going into Sunday, we've got handwriting day, measure your feet day,
Ew.
snowplow mailbox hockey day. Need to know more about that.
Huh.
Do you play like hockey with, you're the snowplow and you use people's mailboxes?
I don't
Is the
know.
puck?
I don't know
either.
idea. I want to know, though.
Yeah. Pie day and rhubarb pie day.
Ew.
Rhubarb apparently needs its own day.
As it should.
All right. And that brings us right into our number for the day, which is 68,000. Medical billing codes doctors use to denote injuries and maladies for insurance purposes.
And once they use the wrong code, it's a nightmare for you to get straightened out. All right, I found out about your snowplow hockey day. Snowplow drivers often work long hours at all times of the day to keep streets safe for drivers. They keep the roads of cities and rural areas drivable so that business can continue as usual. Because of all their hard work, snowplow drivers get to have a little fun on Sunday. They're allowed to see how many mailboxes they can knock over with their plows.
What?
That's snowplow hockey day. So
wow.
If you ever come out and the snowplow's taking out your mailbox, you know what they were doing, right?
I mean, at least it's on a day you're not getting mail anyway.
All right. It says 20 extra points if you steal one from the next town. And it's unclear how many points are given to snowplow drivers for just a normal mailbox takedown. Day was created by Thomas and Ruth Roy of Wellcat Holidays. All right. Apparently it caught on. It's kind of scary.
I need to be a snowplow driver.
Yeah, it's kind of really scary, isn't it? All right, I love this story. This is a man dedicated to his job, television reporter. As we move on to news and nuggets, television reporter in Huntington, West Virginia, was doing a live shot on a water main break when she got quite the shock after being hit by a car. Reporter Tori Yorgi was running her own live shot, meaning she was by herself and didn't have a cameraman or a producer on the scene with her, when the turning car knocked her over from behind as she was speaking live on the radio. Thankfully, Tori bounces. She bounced right up and assured everyone she was fine, even telling the driver of the car she was so sweet and that it was all good. Wow.
Wow.
Turns out the reason that Tori managed to handle it so well might be that she's had experience with the situation before. As she was getting up from the ground, she told viewers, "I actually got hit by a car in college, too, just like this." We need to wrap that girl in bubble wrap. All right. Phillip, tell me a story.
Yes. Scientists are still trying to figure out why even the skeptics among us cling to lucky numbers, special game day clothing, and other odd rituals. The appetite for such beliefs appears to be rooted in the circuitry of the brain, and for good reason. The sense of having special powers inspires people in threatening situations and helps soothe everyday fears and ward off mental distress.
All right. Wow. You got any superpowers, Phillip?
Probably. Still trying to figure them out.
Okay. All right. I'm so happy. I've always wanted to get Valentine's gifts for my ex-wives. And now you can name a roach after someone for Valentine's Day. It's just around the corner, and the Bronx Zoo is bringing back its Name a Roach promotion, where you can name a Madagascar hissing cockroach after a loved one or a hated one in exchange for a $15 donation. You even get a snazzy digital certificate. For 75.
Man.
You like this, huh?
There's a link.
Yes. For $75, you can get the works. Roach plush, Roach candle, a printed certificate with the Roach's name, and a very crawly February 14th Valentine's virtual encounter with a Madagascar hissing cockroach and a surprise animal guest. All right. While you do the next story, I'm going to post that link on our Facebook page right now.
I wonder what that surprise animal guest is. Surprise, more roaches.
Those aren't animals. Okay.
Lack of sleep might make you feel hungrier.
I'm always hungry.
It's normally the opposite. But scientists are always trying to understand the full purpose of sleep. But we know one thing it's probably good for: keeping you on that diet. Researchers scanned the brains of 12 normal weight men while they looked at images of high and low caloric food. After a night of normal sleep and then also a night without any sleep, after one night of zero sleep, the scan showed a high level of activity in the area responsible for hunger, the right anterior cingulate cortex.
I didn't even map my brain this week. All right. This is a survey of bar managers in the U.S. found margaritas remain the most popular mixed drink nationwide. The Martina and rum and Coke got second and third spots. All right. You were a bartender. What do you think you made the most of?
I mean, it's gonna be mostly your regular call drinks, your rum and cokes, your vodka sodas, gin and tonics. But as far as like multiple ingredient cocktails, I really enjoy making a margarita and make an excellent one. So I push that a lot.
All right. Well, so yeah, you can actually kind of stir that. I mean, steer that rather than stir that. Steer that as a bartender too, right? By recommending.
Oh
things.
yeah, absolutely. Lots of times people will come in and know they want something but don't know what it is, and so you can give them a couple suggestions. And lots of times, if you are confident in what you say, like you can normally get them to get the first thing that you say. Margarita.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, and actually, I mean, not that. Oh, I'll just share it. I'm a special guest bartending tonight and tomorrow night at my usual spot.
You can say it.
Yeah, the Rusty Putter.
All right, so up to a golf country club, Rusty Putter, you're bartending the next 2 nights. Special appearance bartending. Wow.
That's right.
Probably due
Winter edition.
Probably due to COVID, huh?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. All right. Some entertainment news that has made me really, really excited that I wanted to touch base on before we go to odd news. First one, Adele has canceled her entire Las Vegas residency due to COVID. I'm excited about that. I didn't want to see that happen for some reason. Another thing that excited me in entertainment news, Jason Statham's The Meg sequel starts shooting on Monday. Did you see the Megalodon, the movie?
No.
I mean, we've had Jaws and all sorts of shark movies, but having a megalodon, prehistoric shark movie is awesome. And now they're doing a second one. And the first one was pretty good. Also, the next Batman movie going to run 3 hours with credits. All right. Wow, that is a long movie. They said the longest one before that, it's right behind Marvel's Avengers Endgame, which was 3 hours and 1 minute. I didn't know it was a competition. And then I'm going to do this whole story because it doesn't make sense. Maybe you can explain how they're going to do this or why they would even want to do it. Shooting scenes in space in front of green screen may soon become a thing of the past. Space Entertainment Enterprise, known as SEE, a company co-producing Tom Cruise's upcoming space movie, has revealed plans to launch a TV and film studio alongside streaming content studio and sports arena in space. I don't know how they're doing this. It says it's opening late 2024, so this is going to happen real quick. How are we going to get people up there to play sports?
I don't know. I saw the similar thing, and I was like, well, maybe. I mean, I could see like getting some really cool shots of space, but I don't know. I feel like, especially like in the last 10 years, space movies and TV shows look so good that you could tell me they were really shot in space or they weren't.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. Seems like it would be very expensive, and maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like it just kind of is a waste.
One of those things that makes you say, why? Named C1, the microgravity film, TV, sport, and entertainment production and broadcast module will be fitted to the Axiom Station, a commercial space station being built by Axiom Space that will attach to the current International Space Station before orbiting on its own. Plans for the module include hosting film, TV, music, and sport events, as well as artists, producers, and creatives who want to produce content in low orbit. This is weird. Huh.
It would be really cool if we could go do a radio show in space, though.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have to pay one of those millionaires to get up there, though. Little is known about Cruise's project, apart from it being separate from Mission Impossible. Yay. We didn't need Mission Impossible 10. Old Man Running.
It's called Top Space.
Oh. All right, coming to the end, a very, very sad end of our Friday, and we'll do this.
On a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, always start off the odd news, a whole row of stupid criminals and more, with the news attack, and a news attack, of course, a true statement, and followed by a really, really bad joke. And Phillip, do you want to take the first attempt at a bad joke?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right. The Team USA uniforms for the opening ceremonies at the Winter Olympics in Beijing were unveiled Thursday. And you wouldn't know it, they have the same colors as the last Olympic uniforms.
Ooh, red, white, and blue? All right. We will soon know who's going to be in the Super Bowl. I'm hoping both Omicron and Delta lose this weekend.
Scientists say that the Earth's moon is destined to disintegrate in roughly 5 billion years, which is the same estimate for the disintegration of the stuff my kids spilled in the back of my minivan.
Ooh, it will last about that long, like a shelf life of 500,000 years. During a live shot at West Virginia TV reporter, I just heard this. I got hit by a car, then got back up and continued to broadcast. Fake news, didn't happen. Video feed was edited.
According to voters in a poll, sanitation is the greatest medical advance since 1840. I voted for the mask because I can go for days without brushing and no one notices.
Oh, that's so not true. I've smelt my own breath in my mask before and went, whoa!
Yes. Indeed.
Study says parents wait too late to have sex talk with their kids. Experts now suggest parents have the discussion as the child is being driven home from the hospital.
A study says parents wait. Well, nope.
You can
the
skip
same
it.
Thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. A survey finds that the higher a person's income, the happier they are with their lives. Gosh, I've had it reversed all this time. All along, I've been thinking the more bill collectors I have, the happier I will be.
I thought, having all that money might stress you out. So
yeah.
All right, moving on to what we call wacky but true. We don't add anything to these stories but movie clips because they are self-contained idiocy and all true. As we start off with an Italian woman who was rushed to the hospital after collapsing with laughter while watching a funny TV show. The woman fell off her chair when she started laughing at a joke and lost consciousness. She was treated for shock. Which leaves me wondering, what was the joke?
I don't know.
What was the joke? All right. I don't know. I guess I didn't pick a sound effect for that one. But I did pick a sound effect for us that I forgot to play.
Once again, I'm on. I'm France, and we just want to pop you off. All right.
All right.
An elderly man. Start over. An elderly man in China was treated for a stroke after he binged on his favorite video game. The 84-year-old man was rushed to the hospital after his children found him partially paralyzed and unable to speak after playing a game on his laptop for hours.
Is that even possible?
I don't know. I mean,
and he had
back-to-back stories where people I laughed so hard I fell, and then I was unconscious, and this guy just was partially paralyzed for playing a video game for too long.
That would kind of be the pinnacle of doing a radio morning show. I mean, I was really happy one day when somebody told me I owed them a new shirt, and it was a stranger. He said I owed him a new shirt, and I said, why? And he goes, because last week you made me spit up coffee all over my white shirt on my way to work. And that was like the best I heard. But, I think it would really make my life is if somebody came up and said, yeah, Scott, yesterday you made me laugh so hard I fainted. I'd call that a big old bonus. And but I still want to know what game he was playing that made him pass out. I
don't know who you think you're playing with. I don't play this game.
Yeah, apparently you do. All right. It's you, Phillip.
Okay. Police in Antioch, California were able to easily explain how they were able to figure out the cause of a single vehicle crash. A security camera watching an empty parking lot in the early morning hours recorded the driver of a Camaro doing donuts around the parking lot. If he spun out, he just floored it and did more, except that the last time he floored it straight into a concrete pylon holding up a light pole. The driver tried to flee, but police caught up with him. Police released the security camera video online with the comment, while police officers have an affinity for donuts, I think we can all admit that not all donuts are created equal.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It's not what you know. It's what you can prove.
Zing.
All right, let's go door to door. DeSoto County, Florida Sheriff's Department received multiple calls about a suspicious man cruising the neighborhood in a side-by-side ATV. What aroused their suspicions? The man was going from house to house asking if he could plug in and recharge his home detention ankle bracelet.
It sounds like where I live.
Oh, I didn't know they were all USB friendly now. Ankle bracelets? That's cool. Huh. I think I'm going to get one. When deputies arrived, the man refused to show his hands, and they heard a metallic clinking from his pocket. He was subdued. They found a box cutter in his pocket with the blade out.
Oh.
That seems like a really bad idea if you were sitting down. They also discovered that the ATV was stolen. There you go.
No.
I got a couple for him. First,
The time has come for someone to put his foot down. And that foot is me.
or perhaps this one.
Hey, that's a honey of an ankle bracelet you have there.
All right, take us out with a big old mess, or a moose mess.
A moose mess. Colorado Parks and Wildlife officers responded to a report of an animal in Breckenridge home. The owner wasn't there, but a moose was in the basement.
Oh.
The moose had been grazing near the house when it fell through a snow-covered window well. Wildlife officers opened doors to create an exit, but the moose wouldn't go up the stairs. They tranquilized it and carried it out. To do that, officers had to remove the animal's antlers to fit him through the staircase.
Oh, ow. Oh.
A Parks and Wildlife manager said that moose typically lose their antlers this time of year, and the moose is expected to regrow new ones in the spring.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And a comment from the moose?
But this whole place sucks. That's right, it sucks.
I like that. And then, of course, I couldn't leave without this.
Are you being smart, Moose? I don't know. There's the first time for everything.
There you go. An actual moose. All right. And then one for me and Phillip.
Stop it! The both of you, you're so full of it!
And that is our show. What's today, Phillip?
Friday.
All right. And we want to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget tonight on the radio, we've got Out of the Woods bluegrass music at 6 o'clock. At 7, it's Celtic music, Celt in a Twist. Happens to me all the time. And then it's the Acoustic Cafe from 9 to 11. And that is 2 hours of unplugged music. Happens all right here on Northern Lights Public Radio, beginning tonight at 6. What else might they want to know about Friday night, Phillip?
Oh, yeah. Me bartending?
Yeah!
At the Rusty Putter.
All right. What time do you do that, Phillip?
I will be there at 5.
All right, and he will be signing autographs.
Yep.
You let me know if somebody wants one, okay?
All right.
All right, thank you. There you go. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Come on, bark like a dog for me. Bark like a dog.
Would you mind saying that again?
Idaho?
That's spitefully interesting. We pronounce it Ohio.
Wow! 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 All I can say is wow!
I don't know who you think you're playing with. I don't play this game.
Stop it! The both of you, you're so full of it!